Hopefully Diane is like, she doesn't look like she's got a device to check on us, does she? Okay.
Maybe not.
Well, we're live today, and it's a great day here at Memory Bound, and mainly because Elisha's here. So welcome, Elishia. We're super happy that you're here.
Okay, thanks.
And we are testing our microphones. We've had some issues, so I told Elishia we're going to be testing them with her. And hopefully we have some sound, and we're going to check that out. Diane's checking on it for us. And I think we do have sound, so I think we're good.
Good morning.
All right, so we actually have sound. Our microphones are working. It's a great day, and it's an even better day with Elishia.
Thank you.
And Alicia's a special guest of ours, a customer turned demo person, because she's a wonderful maker.
Thank
and
you.
You're going to love seeing all of her things. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at him yet. And I'm in awe, Elishia.
Thank you.
So everyone's in for a treat. She's going to show us how she used a lot of this Tim Holtz product and some other things too. And show us some new things that we ordered because she's here.
Yep.
And Elishia, they tell us that our sound is great. So
Perfect.
that is good.
Nice.
Well, third day's charm then, I guess, because it has not been good the last 2 days. But I think we got it figured out. I think actually Doug fixed it. So hello, Kim and Kathy and Kimberly and Teresa. And we got Billy Sue is here and Sally and our own Janine is here. I see Lisa, Donna, good morning, and Shelly and Connie's here. So hi, everybody. We're super glad you're here. There's my cup right there. Speaking of Doug, he did pick up my coffee this morning, although it's not really coffee. Elishia, is it if it's chocolate and stuff like that with a little bit of coffee in it?
I don't drink coffee, so I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm not one to comment on coffee.
Well, it's the only way I drink it. It's got to have something in it like that.
And that's probably why I don't, because it would be full of cream and sugar. So.
Well, I think that is too, actually.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because Donna says, yippee, you're back in our studio, and we are.
Yeah.
You guys, we could not do this on our small table, so we made some big changes back here in this area yesterday and this morning so we could fit Elishia in. Because, Elishia, you always overwhelm us with amazing, cool, lots of projects.
I felt like this time I was a little subdued, too. So.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Well, one thing everyone's going to love are what you've done with these little Santa mugs from Tim Holtz.
I've done the Santa mugs 3 different ways, I think, so I can give you some good tips on, how to alter those. Or they're super cute just by themselves, too. You don't have to do anything
They are, just
to them.
as they are.
Yeah.
Billy Sue loves your sweatshirt, which is exactly what I said.
Thank you.
So, but now Elishia says it's warm, but Doug turned down our temperature for us. All right, before we get over here to Elishia, I'm going to try to make my way around because yesterday, hi Katie. Hi. Katie's here.
Hello.
Right in her face.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Janet's card, her Graphic 45 Marion Bright card kit was released. And you guys, they're beautiful, beautiful cards. I don't know if you were here yesterday and saw it or if you've already purchased a kit, but it makes 10 cards in this kit. A lot of our card kits make 8, so there's kind of like 2 bonus cards. And you get everything you need to make these beautiful cards with the brand new Christmas collection from Graphic 45. And they have a beautiful paper, and Janet has really taken it away with her designs. Lots of layering. And she's added a little bit of mirror gold paper to it that you'll see here and there on some of the cards, which just adds a little extra sparkle and glam. And this kit is $36.99, and you get the pictures of the cards, you get Janet's instructions, you get all the inserts like this one. So you've got your card, and then you can open it up, and you've got this really nice insert where she also has added some ephemera. You get the envelopes, the card bases, the ephemera, the paper from Marion Bright, and there's some extra little papers in there also. And you get what people, I think, find most valuable are Janet's directions. And I loved hearing from people yesterday who say that they have notebooks of Janet's directions. So if you want to make some really beautiful cards and you want something that's already been designed and ready to go, this Graphic 45 Marion Bright card kit is perfect. It's $36.99. And Janet just linked more information and pictures on our blog so you can get a better look at it. So, all right, well, we did rearrange back here. So Elishia, I'm going to have to go around. We rearranged, but it doesn't mean we have lots of room.
There's still lots of stuff.
There's still lots of stuff. Well, it's the holiday season. It's one of the biggest crafting times of the year, I think, because you got fall, and it is still fall here. And Halloween's over now, but we did have Halloween, and we've got Christmas, and then it'll be New Year's, and we got in our first Valentine collection, Elishia, believe it or not. We're not gonna pull it out and show it today because we've got to get it out on the floor. But another comment about your sweatshirt. Vicky loves it, and she's wondering where you got it.
I knew someone was going to ask that. I think my mom bought it at a craft show at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
That somebody had made it, so that's the only info I got. Yeah. But I love anything Christmassy, so.
Well, and it's different. The sweatshirt itself.
Yeah, it's like the bleach technique. I think that they bleach it.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
really cute.
Because it's not camo.
Nope.
And then
it's
the white
bleached.
tree on it is pretty cool. So that would be kind of fun to try doing that.
Yeah. I don't know if I would be that. I don't know if I'd be that adventurous, but I'll just buy it when somebody else makes it.
Let's see. We've got a quick question here, a squirrel question. We didn't bring our squirrel back today. In Tim's Hoopla video, he shows cards in which pear blossom lights were used to light up candles. You could actually blow one version out. Are you considering carrying those? We have been asked for those, and we don't have them at this time. We'll have to look into it. I think he said you could get them on Amazon. So Diane was checking it out for us. So we'll see what she comes up with.
Yeah, those were pretty neat. Mm-hmm,
you never know what they're going to invent.
I know,
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Well, Christine just joined us, and Verna Lynn is here, and she says good morning, and I think Jean is here now. So now that Jean's here, I think we're ready to go, Elishia. So,
all right.
Well, let's introduce. Why don't you tell us a little bit? This might be your first time for some people maybe don't know Elishia.
I have been a customer and shopping here for probably as long as you guys have been open.
Well, over 20 years then.
Yeah, or right at 20 years probably. Because I kind of started scrapbooking after I got married. And then I really got into it when I had my first child, my daughter.
Which is a very common.
Yep, she's 21. But this kind of stuff I've just started doing, I would say, in the last maybe, I don't know, 8 to 10 years ago maybe. But I still do some traditional scrapbooking, but this kind of stuff that I do is just, I don't know, I just create to create. I sometimes don't have a purpose in what I'm doing. I just do it because I love it. It makes me feel better. It's kind of like my therapy and my safe space. My little scrapbooking room is like where I go when I just need to just...
Well, and and then you're not thinking about troubles or problems or decisions. And Teresa has said that because a lot of people say, well, what do you do with this? And sometimes it's just doing it to feel good, like you said.
Things that I like, and I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, these little things, I didn't even start doing them for a purpose, but they just turned out so great. So I'm not sure if I'll put them in a junk journal, and that's one of the reasons I brought this paper, because I thought, how cute is this to just, and put it in a frame.
You always seem to figure out things to do.
Just start with your ideas. Just make something cute and run with it. Yeah, whatever you like. So yeah, I've been shopping here for a long time. I love it. Love to support, I would say small business, but you're not a small business anymore.
We're just a little
very
brick and mortar store.
Woman-owned business. I love that.
Well, thank you, Elishia.
Yeah. So I love it here. I love it. I come a lot.
She does come a lot, and she does do a lot of creative things that we absolutely love, and you've been on our video quite often, too.
Yeah, it's kind of starting to add up.
It is adding up.
At first, I was really
regular.
reluctant to do it, so thank you to you guys here at Memory Bound, but anybody that watches that has kind words and comments, it really does mean a lot. I'm a little introverted, and so for me to come do this is sometimes not the easiest for me.
She's out of her shell, but we're glad you are, so you can share all your amazing projects. And we learn so much from you, and we get so many ideas, so we love it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
What
so,
what do you want to
I
show
don't
us
know.
first?
I don't know where to start.
Alicia, while you think about that, can I throw in a squirrel moment?
Absolutely.
Because we haven't been asked about this yet today, but we will be. And that is regarding the Simple Stories Color Vibe calendar. And we got a notification yesterday that all of their new lines are delayed. Normally we would have had them the very first week of November. We would have had them probably early last week. And they're delayed due to the stickers. They're waiting on stickers. So, it's serious when you can't get the stickers.
Who would have known?
So they are being delayed, and as soon as they get all the product, they will get everything out, and we will get our calendars. I mentioned we're usually shipped very early from Simple Stories. So sorry about that, everybody, but they are coming. What'd you decide we're going to do first?
Okay, we're going to start with the Santa mugs because these
so darn cute.
my favorites. I love them. So I actually collect actual vintage Santa mugs. So as soon as I saw these, I was like all over it.
That's really cool.
Okay, so I will show you. I have kind of done these a couple of different ways, and they are so cute just on their own. I mean, if you just wanted to take them out of the package and stick a tree in it or anything, like they're so cute on their own. But I have actually done a few different things.
Actually done things with them.
Yeah, I've glittered them, I've aged them, I've crackled them. All the things that I'm doing to these, you can watch in Tim's Hoopla video. I think that was the one that he actually demoed some of it.
Oh, sure. Yep. And that was his last video, wasn't it? The
Yes.
most recent.
Yep.
So these actually are $7.99, and you get two. And what kind of material? They're not like plastic.
I think they're a resin because
yeah,
I can
resin's
really
a good word for it.
You can really manipulate them if you want to. I was a little scared at first, I think, and then I just was like, you know what? Like, just do it.
You just
Try
did
it. And it turned out really, really good. So I'll kind of explain a few things that I did. I liked them in the display dome stacked. And we do have that. It's over here.
So this is that what it's called, the display dome, Elishia?
Yes, this one's the display dome. Now you can see I did take like a old wood slice and put on the bottom because I didn't love the little cork thing. But you could just use the cork and it's totally fine too. They still fit.
Oh, I see. You just replaced the little base.
I just took the little cork thing out and just I just used the glass part and
the
stick it over
display
there.
dome is not priced, so I can't really tell you how much it is. I'm really sorry, but I'm sure Janet can link it here and let us know how much it is.
And they're really cute, the domes themselves, because I mean, you can put other stuff in them too. You don't have to do the Santa mugs. Like there's a little snowman. There's lots of different things.
Is that the large salvage snowman or the small? I know we've digressed.
That one's the large.
Okay, so the salvage figures come in two sizes, and we are stocked up on these. They have the small and the large. And that's what Elishia has, the large snowman, and he fit very nicely in the dome.
Yeah, he really does. Yep. And I don't like to glue my domes down because, I'll set it somewhere at home as a little display piece. That way it's not so permanent. Probably if I was going to give it as a gift or something like that, I would glue it down so it wouldn't move. But I like to be able to take it off, and if I want to change it up, then I can too.
I'm anxious to see what you've done, hear what you've done to these, Elishia.
Okay.
They do not look like the original.
I know, right? So these are the really grungy ones. And it's if you watch Tim's video, you put a layer of collage medium on, you let it dry, and then you put a layer of translucent crackle paint, which I know you guys are out of, and I'm not sure if it was back ordered or not, probably because it was so popular. And then you let that dry and it crackles. And then I used the brown distress crayon and really smushed it in.
Oh, is that set
Yep.
one?
Yep.
So here's the distress, and use the brown.
I used the brown, which I believe is walnut stain, possibly.
It doesn't really say what. Oh, it's kit 3.
Is it kit 3?
This is a good one because it has the white and the black. It's
Yes.
got all the basic colors of the distress crayons. So that would be,
Yes.
if you want to start with distress crayons, that's the one I would suggest.
Yep.
And that is kit 3.
Yep.
With all the neutrals.
So what you do is after it crackles, I literally took a crayon, the brown crayon, scribbled it all over, and then you just take a little bit of water and you really just smush it in. I did use one of the little stipple brushes, which I'm sure everybody has those, but I think those are discontinued also. But that's just the tool that I used.
I think we have some.
We couldn't find
Couldn't find any?
No.
Okay.
So if there are some, that would be awesome. And then on this little grungy snowman, you can see if you look up real close, I did the same thing on him
Same
after
technique?
I painted him. Yep.
Whoops, see if we can focus.
I know it's hard when they're so little.
No, this is good. Okay, we can see it really well. So you painted it with paint, like
I just
acrylic
used
paint?
acrylic paint. I did use some Tim Holtz paint too, but a combination probably of Tim Holtz and acrylic paint. But I did a layer of collage medium first, then I painted him, and then I did the translucent crackle paint on top of that, obviously letting it dry in between every step. And then once it crackles is when you just
Oh,
can't
cute.
put the crackle paint just right on top of the resin because it won't stick to it.
Oh, sure.
So you need the layer of collage medium first.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And then some of them, so you can see like in this one, I just glued the little tree in. I did the crackle effect on him also.
Is that the Tim Holtz trees?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Or woodlands? That's woodlands.
Oh, and I have both. I do the tall, the skinny, and I mix and mingle. So like you'll see a little bit of all of them and everything.
The nice thing about this one, I think, Elishia, is you get the 3 sizes and you get 2 of the smallers.
Yes.
Smallers. How do you like that?
Yeah.
The smallers. This is $9.99, and this is called Woodlands Tree Lot, and that is really nice. And she's got the small one inside the little Santa mug, which
Yep.
is a great addition.
And I sprayed this, I believe the color I've used on most of my trees was
Is it peeled paint, maybe?
no, I think it's the mica.
Well, we have lots of green mica sprays
Yeah.
and distress sprays, and they all work on these trees.
So on the tree, I sprayed it with, I think it was, will you see what color green mica sprays you have for the trees? It's a little bit of a lighter one. I think it might be either Tree Lot or Balsam.
But any green's going to work.
Any
so
green
it
would
doesn't
work.
really matter.
And then I did glossy accents after the stain dried and then sprinkled on the rock candy glitter. That's how I glittered up my tree there.
And it's glittered up really nicely, everyone. Check
Yeah.
that out.
I had like a little disposable Tupperware dish that I pour my rock candy in, and I literally just like shove the tree in there. Like it's not
I'm
dainty.
sure you do.
It's not dainty at all.
Elishia just does stuff. If you haven't been here with Elishia, you'll learn.
I don't measure. Yeah, I'm messy.
Do you use a trimmer at all, or do you just?
I do.
Okay.
I do sometimes. But if I could rip and tear something, or if I don't really.
Well, this is amazing.
If it takes too much effort, I don't do it.
I love how you added the little confection pieces, and you got those little baubles down here at the
Yes.
bottom. That is really nice.
Yes. So I think the baubles you still have. I don't think one of them got brought back over here. I think Diane said the confections though are out.
They're
unfortunately.
coming though. They're on order.
Oh, good.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Becky got
Thank
us
you,
all
thank
kinds
you.
of good colors.
So
So these trees, you can just spray with the Distress Spray Stain or the Mica spray Stain or the Spritz. The
Yep.
Spritz is only going to add your little glitter. There's
Yep.
Holly Branch.
Yep. And I'm not going to lie, I really am not sure exactly what color that tree is, but any
Well,
of
what
these
else have we
greens
got
would look.
there? Let's see what else
So
we
there's
have.
that. There's Specimen. Specimen, I would say, is a little less green.
A little more brown.
What's that one? Bubbling
Cauldron.
And Wicked
That's a good one.
Elixir.
And Wicked. So even the Halloween colors.
Oh, absolutely.
perfect
Yeah,
for
don't
this.
don't
go by the name, go by the color.
Yeah, just go by the color for sure.
Well, Elishia, this is amazing, and I just want to mention that the Santa mugs, it's very possible. We have a lot, but it's very possible when they're gone, they're gone. We have reordered them, but they show that they're on back order. So sometimes back order is good, and sometimes it means
I stocked
like
up.
back order forever.
Yeah, I definitely stocked up because I wasn't taking any chances. I love them. So this little Santa mug here, sorry, I have to keep taking my glasses off. I
That's
can't
okay.
see. I just sanded him a little bit with my file sander, which, yes, it's, you can see that's how I wanted him. And then I used a little bit of the True Snow.
Oh, now this is new. We've never had this before.
I love this stuff. Actually, you did have it.
We did have it?
You did, because I bought it here.
Oh, a long time ago then.
Yes,
maybe.
and I will tell you, now, I hope this to be true for this. The packaging has changed a little since I bought it.
Maybe that's why
But
I
I used it, and I didn't touch it for well over a year. And when I opened it, it was still as fluffy and creamy and wonderful as it was the year before. So
it's
that's
Eileen's True Snow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And you get 4 ounces, and it's only $3.99 too. It's very affordable.
Yeah.
So tell us why we should like this.
So what I did was to make like the little whipped cream. I didn't really want to use what is it? Grit. Some people are using some of the grit paste, or
there's the sparkle paste.
Yeah.
Snowfall.
And that tends to be a little more expensive. And I wanted something light and fluffy, so that's what I used in here.
It does look like whipped cream.
I did shove a little paper towel down in there to take up a little space. And then I just took my spatula, whatever the distress tool spatula thing is.
Yeah.
And I just filled it in there and plumped it up and stuck my little confections in there, sprinkled on a little rock candy, and there you go.
That alone is cute.
Yeah, and the snow that's on the bottom of this, that's the same thing. Yep,
So
and you can kind of see in the middle, I just put a little on the underneath side. I just smeared a little bit on the underneath side, and then I stuck those together, and that's how these are glued together.
They're glued with the True Snow?
They're glued with the True Snow.
Oh my gosh, that's the question I was going to ask earlier, and I forgot. Elishia.
And so to get the little blob underneath here, I just smeared it on the underneath side of the bottom mug, and I just sat it down, and it oozes out the side, and you just get that natural look to it.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So like I said, I don't overthink things. I just do it.
You do just do it, and that's what I love about it.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So this was the same thing with a little, but these, I just sanded these and grunged them with ink. Frayed burlap ink.
Distress ink or
Yep.
oxide?
Distress ink. Yep.
Okay, so these.
So you can see the difference.
That's very
in
doable.
Yep.
They're just a little less distressed.
Yep. And this is a much easier process to go through. If you don't want to go through the steps of painting and letting things dry, as far as the collage medium and the crackle paint.
So you sanded it and then inked it.
And that's it. Yep. Yep.
It's a good.
They're both
I like
really
them both. I think they both look good.
Yeah, they're both very
You
cute.
know, Diane bought these to put on her Christmas table by everybody's places, and I think she's putting a tag on them, and I'm not sure what she's putting inside.
Yeah. So here's a couple other little projects I did. So I did, if anybody watched my video from Halloween, I did some Halloween ones. So this is my Christmas version. Just kind of the same techniques. I've got the True Snow down there with the glitter and the confections, and I glittered up the snowman. And you don't have to be, I mean, if you really want to get in there and look at how I painted him, he's not perfect.
Right.
You don't have to be,
because it's distressed and it's kind of rough.
And then once you add some of the glitter and stuff like that, you don't really see too much of it.
Angie made a funny comment. Angie, I love it. She says, looks like Elishia bought you out of the little Santa mugs.
Oh, there's still some over there.
She saved some, everybody.
But I think I got a call twice, and they were like, no, you didn't want that many, and did you? And I'm like, oh, yes, I did.
I was helping someone that was checking out a while back, and she ordered, or she was buying some, and then she's like, well, should I get some for all of my grandkids? And I'm like, well, if you are thinking about it, do it today, because
sure, absolutely.
you'll always find a cute place for these. These are huge. I don't know if they'll bring them back or not.
Oh, I would hope so. As soon as I saw those, I was like, I've got to have those. The only thing I could think that would be even cooler next year is if he did them like this, but he did, have you seen the snowman, the vintage snowman head mugs? Oh, could you imagine if there was a snowman and a Santa?
Yeah, like one of each in a package.
Oh, like hello, Tim Holtz. Yeah,
hey,
come
Tim,
on.
if you're watching, listen to Elishia.
Head. Yeah,
she's got a great idea.
He would be super cute too.
Okay.
Okay, so that's those.
Everyone loves your little spice tins, and how funny that you got them. They're red, white, and green.
Yeah, so I tried to do the tones, black and orange ones for Halloween, and then I tried to find the red and green spices for Christmas. Yeah.
Very fun.
But you could do anything. You could make your own little boxes and stuff
Just
too.
You could put it on a little piece of wood and wrap it with some of the Tim Holtz paper.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, sometimes we have to think outside the box. Okay, so let's maybe show this one. Yeah, if you want. I don't know if you want to show it super up close. So obviously this was Tim's original idea. He did the little crooked shelf thing, and that just kind of inspired this for me. This one was a little time consuming. This was a little bit of a labor of love. This one took a while, and I added to it, but I just love it. Oh, I know one thing that we forgot.
What's that?
The little garland, the little tinsel pieces.
We need to get that.
Yeah, I don't remember what that's called, to be honest.
When I see it, I'll know it. Becky, you know the little strips of this stuff
made out of this?
Yeah. Becky knows it. Becky's getting it for us.
Thank you. So that's what I used. The strips was what I used to do the wreaths, and then the little garland up on the top.
People were going to make wreaths out of that.
Yeah, Tim did that in his little hoopla video.
Your before and after, guys, you will be amazed. And it looks like you've got the drippy candles there and some of the pearls.
I got all kinds of stuff in there.
She's got everything in there.
Yeah.
So this is the Woodlands garland.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that's what Elishia made the little wreath out of.
Yep.
And she's also got it up here along with one of those little woodland trees.
Yep.
And you've got the lettering. I don't know if we brought... Oh, yeah, we did bring that back.
Here, I'll grab that for you.
So, yeah, what didn't you use on this one, Elishia? You got his bells. You got Santa, and Santa's glittered here.
Yep.
The Santa mug.
Yep. Usually when I glitter those things, or when I glitter my confections, I use glossy accents. And it's not a pretty thing, and I glue my hands together.
It is messy, but it's awesome.
But it's worth it. And I do a whole bunch all at one time so that I'm not doing a little bit and then going back and doing more. So, like, a lot of my trees and my garland is all sprayed the same color, and it's because I do it all at the same time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So she's, again, you can use your distress, your mica spray, your distress spray stain. I think if you use spritz, you're just going to get the sparkle and not so much. Have you tried spritz yet?
I have tried a little bit of the spritz, but
it's not in a color fluid.
No. So like if I want to color something, I use the mica. I don't know why I just have the mica sprays. I do have some of just the actual spray stain. Like I've used the lumberjack plaid to do this. Like so the ribbons on there.
Oh, that's
what
you. Okay, wait a minute.
Yep.
All right, so here's the ribbon. And she actually sprayed it. And you can get this little, I believe it's 10 yards of this white seam binding. And the thing about it is it's not polyester or nylon. I think it's rayon, so it absorbs inks really well.
And I'll tell you, because this was red and I was a little careful, I just like took a whole bunch of it out, cut it off, and then I used this little baggie. And I sprayed it with water first to kind of soften it.
Oh,
and
the
then
ribbon, yeah.
I shoved the ribbon in this baggie and then sprayed it in the baggie and mushed it all around, and that's how I got that. So when I say I'm like on the fly and like don't think things through all the way, like
she just goes for it.
I'm like, oh, I need something and I don't want to get my hands all red. So, yeah.
Well, everyone, okay, I don't know. You've got a couple questions about this.
Absolutely.
They want to know what the candy canes are sitting in.
Let me
look.
look.
Like the thimbles. Did we?
Oh, that's a thimble.
Back?
I'm right here, so let me just see if I can.
I thought Diane had those pulled. They're up front in the window, so we're probably gonna have to ring the bell.
The thimbles are up front.
Can you get us the thimbles, Gloria? The Tim Holtz little thimbles. They're up on the shelf in the window. Thimbles? The little thimbles. So we've got a question about that, and Tim Holtz, believe it or not, he does have these little thimbles. And the confection, the candies are on order, and they should be arriving. And we do have the bells, and I believe we do have the pine cones, too. I don't know if we brought pine cones back or not. Wasn't there
I thought I had bells back here.
Where was the box that had all this stuff in it?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Actually.
So here's the thimbles, and they don't have prices on them, so I'm sorry, I don't know how much they are. But you get 5, and they are different. So they're not all the same, which I think is, I didn't realize that, Elishia.
Yeah, they are different.
And they're called thimbles because that's what they are now. Only Tim Holtz would think about taking a thimble and turning it into ideology.
And I think he had his in a little jar, but I couldn't find a jar with a mouth, like the wide opening big enough to fit the candy canes. So that's why I just flipped the thimble upside down.
Well, that's perfect. People are loving this. They want a class on it.
Oh, Lord help me. You wouldn't want to be inside my mind. I think it's scary.
They're talking about how gorgeous it is. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
They're asking what the icicles are.
Oh, I knew someone was going to
And
say
they want
that.
well, we had the icicles, but we just
Yeah.
don't have them anymore.
And I think Diane said they're discontinued.
Yeah, it's a previous Tim Holtz product. Mm-hmm. And then they want to know how, you mentioned it took a little longer to make this. They want to know how long does it take to make something like this?
So it's really a process with me sometimes. I mean, I'll say days, but that's just because I work on it a little bit and then I walk away from it. I have to let things dry, or sometimes like ideas just aren't flowing, and so I don't force it. I'll just like walk away, and then I'll come back and think, oh, 2 little wreaths on those windows will look super cute.
And it does. It really does.
And I don't know. I just really enjoy it, so I really don't know exactly how long. Like, I know some of these little domes and stuff like this. This is so easy to do. This took me like no time at all. But obviously, like one day I'll sit down and I was kind of feeling like in a funk and wasn't sure what to do. And so I just sat down and painted a bunch of snowmen and Santas.
Just kind of, it's kind of like prepping. Getting things, like sometimes people just die cut a bunch of phrases or something.
Yep, absolutely. So I don't sit down and create this whole entire thing at one time. It's definitely like a process. And sometimes I'll make a little something and then I'm like, oh, I just made that. Oh, that'll look cute on there. So then I'll go stick it on there.
You are good at remembering everything. Now, you began this with one of his vignette boxes, right?
Yes, yep, it's a vignette box. And not the square.
Is it this one? Oh no, that's the square one. Do we have the rectangle one? I know we do. We just have to ring the bell, Elishia, and we can do that. We have people here.
Look at me, I'm over here looking.
So go ahead and ring the bell. So we have questions about the windows, and that's the baseboards, I assume. Did we bring those back?
So yeah, right here.
All right, so they're asking about the windows and how you did them. And
okay.
She started with the Christmas baseboards, and I'm going to flip it over because
the rectangle.
It's windows and a whole lot more. Look at what you get, including transparencies that come with this.
The box.
And you'll see, I assume it's these right here
boxes.
That she
Not
used.
the square ones, the rectangular ones.
You'll see that she used these right here, but you get a lot of things. You get a wreath, you get Santa in here, and then the transparencies. Did you?
Yep, I did. I used the snowy transparency. It's really hard to see on the packaging.
Yeah, because it doesn't have
There's
the
some with the
crisscrossies.
lattice.
Some have the lattice or the crisscrossies if you're me, and some don't.
The shape of box, the vignette box.
The shape of the box?
Yeah.
Of the box?
Not the square ones, the rectangular ones.
And tell Diane about the snow.
Okay, so,
It's this but rectangle.
okay. And then these,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Go, Katie. Katie's doing a
Katie.
whole bunch of things at once.
Sorry.
Okay. So then the snow on here is on the transparency, and then you added.
And then I added the grit paste snowfall.
Okay. I'll get up close so you can see it. So some of this is printed on the transparency, and then she added the grit paste, just, like it would collect on your windows, like down along the bottom pane.
And I use a palette knife to just put it on there.
And there's the box. Oh, here's before and after.
There you
Oh my
go.
gosh.
Before and after.
That is crazy, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Elishia, you are amazing. Everybody is making so many nice comments.
Oh, thank you.
And it's very true.
Thank you.
And then you got the drippy candles in there, and I think we still have the drippy candles. Well, Janet can look for those. She just linked the typography letters, and we have those back here, don't we, that you have on the top? I saw them right
We had
there.
them somewhere in our
Do you need this, Katie?
mess.
yes.
I really don't know where the letters went.
Oh, I was going to hide my microphone.
So it got really quiet here. It got,
Look, they're
oh, they're right in front of me. Okay, all right. There's the typography.
We're having a day.
We are. Teresa's done some cute things like this too with the typography. Tim's people did it. It's pretty cool. It's $13.99, and you do get quite a few letters. You can see here, like, you get 4 A's. So you get multiples. You get 73 pieces, which is important because you got lots of words to spell, and like she needs 2 R's just for this. And you also get these little stars, which I didn't know till just right now. All right, Elishia, they're loving this. Oh,
There's the
Elishia
Great
went
White
and got
Snowfall.
the snowfall. So this
I
is
knew right where it was.
this is what's on her windows. Well, the transparency has a little bit of snow, and then she's got the...
Correct.
All right.
Yes. Okay,
See,
so
we have a big pile now, everybody.
I know,
That's why
we're
I
a
took
mess.
some pictures
We're
early.
such a mess. Okay, so the windows. I will tell you how I did this.
Okay,
And
we would love that.
it did kind of mess with my brain a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because it's not technically, if you look at it, how a window would like open. So my brain was kind of like, that's not right, because that's not how the shutters would open or
Right.
close. It looks a little wonky, but I just went with it. Like, it's totally fine. So I
didn't
just
notice.
took this window right here,
Okay.
and I cut it in half.
Oh, so that's one window.
This is one
Okay.
window,
All
and I
right.
just cut it in half.
Okay.
And then I put the transparency behind it. And I kind of wanted the snow to look like it was on the outside.
Right.
So you just have to kind of like futz with it a little bit and like, however it looks pleasing to your eye. So I did have to really think about it a little bit, but
Well, it looks.
that's what
everybody's
it ended up as.
loving it. They
And some
just-
people might look at that and be like, that's backwards or whatever. I don't know.
I didn't
I
notice.
don't really care.
I'm too busy looking at the
Yeah.
wreaths with the candles, and you got the little baubles that looks like you colored them with alcohol ink, maybe.
I did, and I used the new Smudge and Chronicle.
And we have that. We do have smudge and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
chronicle.
those are fantastic. I love those.
They're very
Yep.
cool. And those, okay, and those have been discontinued. These right here, the baubles. The bubbles are gone. The clear ones are gone. The baubles have been discontinued. You're seeing this on several of Elishia's projects because you can use them like they are, which she did in the bottom. And poor Elishia, she can't see her project right now. Or you can color them with alcohol ink, and that's what I'm pretty sure you did with the wreaths here. And I'm going to get up close,
Yep.
and they don't look like pearls anymore.
And I had some of the baubles at home that I had colored in a different color, and I was like, oh, why did I color those like that? And so I just put them, in a little plastic cup like he does, and then I added some of the new colors
And they
to
just
it,
went over
and
the
I was
top
like,
of it?
oh, there, now I like them.
Now you like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I think I've got some of the bells on there, and I think underneath there, is there a wreath in there? Oh, no, I know what
No,
that
she
is.
got a little
it's a poinsettia.
poinsettia. But you could put one
Yeah,
of those,
I have the wreath over here, I think.
those what are those called? Figure stands.
Yep.
Those are great. Oh, you did use it in another
I did in
project.
something
Okay,
else,
all
yeah.
right. They're great for projects like this.
Yeah. And I paint on the metal also just with Tim Holtz paint.
Okay. So, or an acrylic paint would probably work too,
Whatever,
if that's
yeah,
what
whatever you
got.
have, I think, yeah. And these can be alcoholed and or painted. So as you
Oh,
can
let's
see,
see. Oh
I
my
painted and
gosh.
glittered some of the little bells.
So you just painted them with like acrylic paint?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the before and after for the bells, you guys.
And I glittered them also.
Oh, cute.
And these are the green ones, which I
See, I don't
probably need
think
to
of
add some
that.
glitter to the
I
green
did not
ones.
think
but-
of doing that, everybody.
So I was kind of going to show, if there was a big wood slice here, I take some of the mica flakes and make a little display. So as you can see, like I didn't glue this down up here.
Well, a lot of people have those wood slices.
Yeah, so if you
can-
have the wood slices, I would take a wood slice and sprinkle some mica flakes down on the wood slice, and then, take these little bells, take these little houses. You can make a little display for yourself.
Yeah, it's easy to make. It's
So
fun.
cute,
Or
yeah.
if you have a tray, maybe a tiered
Oh,
tray
anything.
or
I'm
whatever
getting
you
glitter
have.
everywhere over here. I feel bad.
Oh, I'll send Doug over. He loves glitter. Elishia, it's just too cute. Very cute.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, where should we go next?
Well, I think we've hit the Santa mugs. You've shown
Okay, we've
us
done the Santa
many,
mugs.
many really cute things with that. You showed us your vignette.
Perfect.
Where are we going next?
Okay.
You want to go to these?
We'll go to these. And you tell me what's easiest, how to hold them so they're not glaring. Do you want them flat?
Yeah, you can leave them flat, and I'll just go like this, and then we can see them really
Some of them
well.
got covered up over here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I was super disappointed this year that Tim Holtz did not bring back those beautiful frames.
Oh, the frames, yeah.
Those were so amazing. So I made my own.
What?
I made these frames. I used collage strips. They were here somewhere, I believe. And or pieces of paper. Oh, we might need the collage strips. I don't see them. I'm going to drive someone so crazy
That's okay.
today.
Just ring it like you mean it, right? You know?
All right.
So these are the backdrops for
So these are the
Christmas,
backdrops.
This year's backdrops.
Christmas collage strips.
What?
Christmas collage strips, please and thank you. I'm such a pain.
Alicia's a pain, but we'll deal with it. Alicia, we can handle it.
So what I did was on these frames, I just took and made, I took like an old piece of cardstock. I think I used black on these. You can kind of see the back. And I just glued it to a piece of paper.
We need the
collage
strips.
strips.
These are the backdrops.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, thank you. So what I did was I just took, a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, glued the collage strips down, and then I went through with a die, which I have this in the rectangle shape, so I brought these if you like the rectangle, but to be honest, I really like the square. And then I just nested, so I did,
Okay, so you cut two at a time.
I just
and
cut
you
two at a
out your
time,
frame,
and I made a frame.
Which we've shown how to cut frames.
So easy.
But this is great to do it with this stuff.
Perfect, thank you, so sorry. So here's what I used, was the collage strips. And mostly because I knew I wasn't going to be using the back side of these, and so these are just one-sided, and I thought that's a perfect use for these, that I didn't feel like I was wasting backdrops paper, so I used the collage strips.
So she took a piece of paper bigger than this, and then she glued collage strips on it, like just a piece of cardstock that you don't care about. Mm-hmm. And then she took her dies and she layered them and cut out a frame, and then stitched around it and added.
Stitched around it.
Like you added a little acetate.
I did. It's the Halloween.
The Halloween
acetate.
transparencies.
I love these. I love the color, the age, the brokenness of it.
So look at, so this, believe it or not, this is the Halloween transparency, and you can see where it's kind of broken. It's a little dark.
That one's
look
really
at this
good.
one shattered. It just adds to the
Yeah.
personality of it. And
Yeah,
so
these
those
are
you get 12 pieces, and how much is that?
$5.99.
$5.99 for 12 pieces. Here's another one that's got kind of a shattered piece. Oh, Alicia, that's wow.
I love those.
You
Those
made
were
that
so
up
fun.
yourself.
Well, I was just bummed because I loved those frames last year, and I thought, okay, what can I do to kind of recreate that? And then, as you can see, I also went through some of the other ephemera pieces. But these are the
That's ephemera?
layers and paper dolls, so it's like the thicker. No, wait, it's not that one. Or is it?
Maybe it's the
It's this one.
actual
It's
ephemera.
this one. It's the layers. It's these.
So this is the Christmas Emporium layers.
I love these. These are amazing. And
And
my last video, I used a lot of these. And so I went through and see how I just cut out frames.
Oh my gosh, this would be great for your journal. Or
Yep.
I never thought about cutting out
Yes.
these ephemera pieces and turning them into frames.
So while we're talking about that,
Yeah,
the same
let's-
things, I did these layers. So these are the same things.
And those are just with different dyes.
Yep. This die, I know you have. I brought it over somewhere. It's the one that cuts it out. It's like a label die. Oh, Miss Kelly.
So
we have
it's
a
kind
mess.
of a new idea to just. I don't think about die cutting ephemera, but you just get this kind of.
So the labels that I did.
That's the switchlet, the Tim
Yep.
Holtz switchlet.
Yep.
We're keeping Janet busy today, so Janet, thank you for all your linking. It's really helpful.
And I think Doug's got most of it on the calendar too. So yeah, so that's how I made these, is with this.
So the switchlets, we've shown these when they came out. The cool thing is it's got 3 different embossing folders and a die. So you can, and she's made it different because you can see maybe on the back a little bit better that it makes like a seal, or you can have kind of a more of a zigzag edge. Very cool. And we also have an idea that came, Rosetta said you could use old Christmas cards.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And that would be great with old Christmas cards.
Absolutely. And then, you know, I took the inside, so if you can see, this was the inside of this one.
Oh, so you don't waste it then.
Absolutely not. No. And I mean, even if you wanted, you could just, I thought about putting this on a card front, dotting
Popping it up, yeah.
popping it
that would
up,
be
and then it's
neat.
like dimensional. Yes. Yep. And this is using some of the, you know, I bought all these little goodies.
Okay, those
These
pretty little studios
are so cute.
got a lot of retro. I'm going to say retro rather than vintage, but a lot of retro die cuts.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Elishia, because we just showed these yesterday on our video,
Yeah.
so this is perfect.
I just love these. Yeah,
They're
have
so cute.
all of them.
It looks like this might be one, maybe from.
Yep, that's one
Here's
also.
one, and she added a little greenery to it. And Elishia, they're asking about your back pieces of paper here.
Oh,
Is
I'm
that-
so glad you asked, because
Oh, that is not what
that
I
is
thought.
from this book.
It's not old music sheets, you
Nope.
guys. It's the Reminiscence Book 8.
Yep, it's from this book, and as soon as I saw those pages, I was like, oh my goodness.
So these are actually, I didn't know they had the music pages in
They
there.
do,
Oh my
and I don't know what it
gosh.
is about this one and this color. Like, I
It's very
absolutely
different.
love that one. So I sanded it, grunged it up, inked it, sprayed it with some water, sprayed it with some antique linen to give it that exact look. But it's out of, all 3 of those pieces are out of this
Very
book.
cool.
I
Well-
love this book. It's really pretty.
And that's the brand new book from Elizabeth Crafts, The Reminiscence, the Book 8. And
Yep.
I know Diane and I were so excited because when we heard it was coming out, we heard about it, but we hadn't seen it. And someone said it's coming out for Christmas, but we got the impression from our sales rep that it wasn't Christmas themed. It was just coming out at Christmas time, but it is Christmas themed.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And you're going to get 64 papers. It's $34.99. Half of them are going to be cardstock weight, and half of them are text weight.
And these are cardstock. These are the
cardstock
heavier.
weight.
Yeah. Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that, Elishia. I really thought you had old
No.
music sheet
Yep.
pieces.
No. Okay, let's see here. Where should we go next?
We've been a lot of places. We
we
didn't
sure
really
have.
talk about this tree.
Oh, I think that tree dye is
Is that
out
a
of
dye, just a
stock.
colorized dye?
It's a colorized dye. I think it's from last year, I believe.
So you could put any die cut here, or any tree you could do on a
absolutely.
frame like this.
Absolutely.
And here's another example that she has with a tree.
Yep, and that was the I did use the Tim Holtz. Is it texture? It comes in a
Yeah, his card.
Yeah, his cardstock.
Craft stock.
Yep.
There's that Halloween transparency that actually has a hole in it.
Yep, I use that
Very,
a lot.
very
I really
fun.
like it.
Ooh, what are these?
Okay, so here's a few other little things that I made. Now, the only bad thing is these are actual old original. So this was a cubed shaped ornament box, and there was an ornament in it.
Oh, you took apart
I
an
took the ornament box apart and
Oh
then
my
used it to make these
gosh.
little ornaments.
How did you think of that,
But
Elishia?
everything inside of these are from these cutouts.
And we do have a lot of vintage prints here because we particularly like them.
I love these
And then
things.
you just put little frames around them, which
Yep.
you could even do maybe some of your
Oh,
frames that you
absolutely.
make. You could put around them also.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
And those are all laser printed on cardstock, on archival cardstock.
Yep, and you can manipulate them, you can sand them, grunge them, you can do anything to these and the color doesn't bleed or anything like that. These are amazing. So I have all of these also. So yeah, that's what I did with all of these.
And that's an ornament box. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
and like some of them I left the pointy top and then I did both sides.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
That's so. Everyone's loving
Yeah.
this.
Aren't these so cute?
I would have never guessed that. Yes, they're adorable.
And it's so funny because when I bought these little grungy little ornaments, and I literally bought them because I liked the box, and I knew exactly. I'm like, oh my
You knew
gosh,
what you were
these
gonna
would
do.
look
You are
perfect
so
in there.
creative.
Yep. So that one was easy. That was a fun.
That was
easy one
really,
to do.
really cool.
Okay, so that was those.
Okay, so we've got those. We've got these.
Oh, I did want to mention that the Santa pictures back in through here, those are,
Is that from Holly Jolly?
yep, just in case
That's our
anybody-
Merrymakers paper this year.
Yes. So there's one.
Okay, so there's your Santa that she
Yeah.
used in this frame. And that's the 3x4 cut aparts.
Yeah, there's another one.
And, okay, that one.
Wait, where did he go?
Oh, I don't know.
there he is.
Oh, here. Oh,
Yep.
see
So
how
he's
different
in
it
there.
looks when you do something with it?
Yep. Can you see it good enough on
Yes,
camera?
that was awesome.
And then I don't know where that one was.
This one's a stray, but he's from something.
Hey, if that's the
But
worst
Holly,
thing that happens
check out
to us
if you
today,
want the vintage Santas or the retro Santas. Check out Holly Jolly. If you
Yeah,
want
this whole
vintage, go to
collection.
Yuletide.
this whole collection is just beautiful.
And a lot of people have it because we have
Yeah.
a lot of Merrymakers, which were
Yep.
our first classes on Friday, everybody.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so I suppose maybe since we were talking about these, I will show a little bit of
Oh,
these
yes,
that I
I
did.
didn't even see those.
So I don't know. I feel like people have been creating masterboards online quite a bit, and this is my version of a masterboard. Now, my only problem is I created these, and then I'm like, well, they're so stinking cute. I don't
You
want to
don't want
cut
to
them
cut them
up.
apart.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm just going to put these in frames and just have them as part of my Christmas decor through my house. But I just started layering old scraps of paper and pieces of ephemera, and then
Some of the vintage.
parts of these. See, this is this. And I just went with it. And I don't know if you can see, but like some of this, like I had die cut out parts of Christmas trees and other stuff. I just glued it right on there.
Oh,
I
that was
use
great.
collage medium. And then I do a little bit of spritzing with the antique linen and stuff like that. And
That
then
antique linen spritz, I remember you talking about that the last time you were here.
yeah, I use a lot of antique linen.
And people would like to know, what do you mean by masterboard?
So people will create masterboards, which is like this. You just put random pieces, and then you can go through and cut different shapes and things out. You can cut tags out of this. You could cut frames out of
It's like a
it.
collage,
Yep.
really, that you could do things with.
Yep. And that was my intent, but then once I got it done,
You
I'm
like it the
oh,
way it
I
is.
kind of
I
like
could see
it.
that. I mean,
So
I
I
don't know.
could really see this in just a frame.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. These were really fun to do. Really fun. And it kind of made me use up some of my older ephemera that maybe I wasn't using in some of my little books
I think
and
that is
stuff.
awesome. I recognize some of the ephemera for sure.
And that's kind of too, just get your stuff out and just use it.
It's not going to do anything sitting in your drawer, right?
No, it's
Or you're
definitely not.
Sitting around in piles like some of us might be.
It's not. Okay, this one is a little bit of a work in progress, I'll tell you. So this might
But it
be the
looks cute.
last, I think the last little thing to show. So this is one of the, what do they call this one? Is it a booklet folio? Where these signatures will be in here like this.
Oh, did we bring one of those? Alicia, it's right on the wall over there if you want to get one. Alicia's getting her own product. She knows where it is because she shops here a lot. And Alicia, they're also wanting to know like what you brushed over the top of your master board. It looks like you put, was it matte medium?
It's just
or
matte
collage
medium. Yep. Well, collage medium, matte medium. To be honest, it's whatever I had.
Whatever's on your table.
So I kind of just glued everything on here. It's just a piece of. Actually, I think this is actually nicer paper, like the.
Seems a little heavier, but you could
Yeah.
use cardstock.
You could use whatever. And then I just went over the whole thing after I kind of got everything glued down. I went over all of it with collage medium, matte medium, whatever you have, and then I spritzed over it the antique linen distress
Okay,
spray.
over the top of the...
While my collage medium was still wet.
Oh, okay.
I do not let my, I've told you guys this a million times before, like I don't probably use any of these products the way they are intended.
That's what we love.
And if you wait for the collage medium to dry, then the stain won't stay.
Well, and collage medium dries quick, so you have to work fast if you're doing that.
Yes, and I
matte
will...
medium would be a little slower drying.
Yes, and I really honestly use both and or a little bit of all of it. So I also, I will spray the antique linen on there while it's wet, because if I spray the antique linen on first and then go over it with collage medium, it tends to not keep the little drips. It spreads it because it kind of re-wets it. So that's why I do it all at the same time.
Alicia, we need to ring the bell because we need
Sure.
to get the antique linen spray. So you're using that a lot on things so people know what it is.
Okay,
So what was the name of this book then?
so
Is it
this
called
one is this one.
So it is the booklet folio. So this is what she's showing us right now is the booklet folio.
Yes.
And I'm glad you are because that one seems a little trickier to me.
It is a little trickier, I will say that. I also use this one a lot too. Yeah, antique linen distress spray.
And that's the pocket folio, and that's what we're using for Merrymakers. So we have a project for
Yeah.
Merrymakers with that.
I have both of
You use
these.
both of them on here?
Not on
Oh.
this one, I don't think, but I do use both of these quite a bit. And sometimes I kind of like mix the insides, like don't
I'm sure you
use them
do. I don't-
exactly the way they're intended.
I don't doubt that for a minute.
Yeah. So this is this one. But like I said, I feel like this is definitely a work in progress. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so here's the antique linen spray that Alicia's been talking about, that she tends to spray over things just to add that extra little old look, you
Yeah,
might say.
it really does grunge things up. I also use it on fabric. So a lot of the fabric pieces I did in my last video, this is what I sprayed on my fabric to change the tone
And
of the
I think
fabric.
and Alicia, I think we had to order more after you left.
Maybe. You might
Because
have
everybody
to again.
wants it. I'm thinking I
It's
might get
really
some.
cool.
I would never use that for that purpose.
I really actually use it on everything. And I will tell you, there was a time that I was doing some projects at home and I ran out of this. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to get some re-inker and water. Yeah, it's not the
it
same.
didn't work? Okay.
It's not the same. This, I don't know
So it
what
is
it
different.
is. It's different. Yes. I
We'd
tried
have
it.
to ask the chemist at Ranger if we wanted to know exactly
Yeah,
what the
but
difference
this stuff is great. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So
I
that's
use a
the
lot.
antique linen spray stain, distress spray stain from Tim Holtz and Ranger. Here's one more picture of it for everybody.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I know Janet will link it.
And my ink color of choice is usually frayed burlap and scorched timber. If anybody wants to know my
Okay,
ink
that's
colors.
all right. Frayed burlap and scorched timber. And
Yep.
I learned from Maggie, Alicia, to use two colors.
Yeah.
So, I'd learned that from her.
I do a lot of the frayed burlap and bring it into the piece, and then I'll go and just hit the edges with the scorched
scorch.
timber. And sometimes that
So you
adds
can
just
kinda-
a little bit
you
more
can
of the
kinda
depth
tell
around
that
there.
here how you've got the darkers on the edge.
Yeah. So this book, I just kind of started with the paper. I picked the paper that I really liked, and then I go back through with ephemera, and I just make pockets, and I just decorate. So I made this into a little pocket,
That's cute.
made some tags. And then some of my pieces, this was a little bit of a cluster that I had actually made last year, where I used a little...
Did you show it on our video?
I think I
kinda
did.
remember it.
Yep. And so sometimes when people ask, well, what do you do with those little things? Well, right here, it fit perfectly in this book this year.
Well, and that you could find it. I think for me that would be,
Yeah.
that's the amazing thing.
I have them all stored in a basket. I made some other tags. I made this into a little
that's
pocket
the
here.
new Tim Holtz backdrops. I recognize
Yep.
the paper.
That's what most of this paper is in here. Is the
And
Tim
that's the
Holtz
whale
backdrops. Yep.
Dye.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly sure where that one came from. So just little clusters of little things. So like I said, this one's kind of a work in progress, but that way you can kind of see. This is what I
it's
mean
nice
by
to see kind of what you do, even
yeah.
in the middle of it.
I start working on things and then I'll go back. This one was kind of neat. I made a little pocket. I didn't want to have to decorate a whole nother page, so I glued 2 pages together and cut it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Mostly all Tim Holtz stuff in here. Another little cluster that I just put together and thought, oh, there's a perfect spot
There's a
to
spot
stick a
for
little
it.
cluster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Elishia, the hearts are flowing because
thank
everybody
you.
is just loving everything.
Thank you. This little, oh my gosh. Isn't that one cute?
Yeah.
So that's just the collage strips
I see.
again.
Oh, it is the collage strips. Okay.
Yeah.
Those things are pretty clever. I think we
really
need to
like
thank
these.
Paula for those.
Yeah. Yeah, so collage strips on the front and the back.
Because it's kind of like collaging and layering, but you're not. You're just putting a strip on there, and it's got everything you need.
Yeah. Yep, it's really nice. Okay, any questions, or what are you thinking?
Let's see if
I
we
don't
got
think I
any
have anything
questions.
else. I
You
think
guys
that
want to
was
see
it.
our pile over here?
Oh, we made a mess,
Our
didn't we?
displays are empty. We have a mess. Debbie says she wants to make a white elephant gift, but can't choose what to make. What would you two choose
Oh, for a white elephant?
for a white elephant?
I don't know. I'm not good at those kinds of games or gifts or anything.
Yeah, and Cheryl loves all your sewing. I don't know about a white elephant. I guess get out there and do some searching, maybe on the Tim Holtz blog if you want to make a Tim Holtz project. We'll take pictures of Elishia's projects, and they'll be on our blog maybe late this week or early next week. Jean says it's a good crafty day when you have a mess.
Oh, you
So.
should see my craft room today. It's bad.
We should have had you bring a picture.
No.
Because you look like you got it all together looking at all your projects.
No, I do not have it all together, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Nope. My room's a mess, but that means I had fun.
It does. It definitely does.
Yeah.
It does. All right. Well, Elishia, so many nice comments are coming through. They just love it.
you.
They love all your ideas.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. There's a little question about your houses, your little houses.
Oh, yes.
So we don't want to miss that before we
So
go.
I don't know if anybody has the dies. I don't.
That's a die?
This is the Tim Holtz.
Is it the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I really struggled. I don't know why I struggled with these things. And for some reason, I watched Tim's Hoopla video and I was like, I can do this. I'm going to do this again. Like, I'm going to make this work because these are so cute. And what I found was I had an easier time putting them together when I cut them out of cardstock like this. That's a little bit
They're
thicker.
heavier.
It's a little heavier, so they're a little sturdier.
So he had the village. I think there might have been 3 die sets that weren't they called? I think they were called the village or different parts of the village. And
I know
they
they
were
sold-
kind of pricey because they had a lot of dies.
And I know they sold like crazy.
Yeah, they were really popular. It's
Yeah.
been a few years.
And I tried it several times with just like more cardstock paper and really struggled with them. And for whatever reason now,
This is a good tip
Aren't
because
they
they're very
cute?
and they're
they're
adorable.
sturdier. So I did add, so I had some, I don't know if you can see inside there. I had some scraps of the Halloween window, the shattered windows I used on some of those other
Okay.
frames. I did put that
Oh,
behind.
so you do have. Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
realize that.
it's a little hard to see it.
It does have a little bit of or acetate or something in there.
Yep. And then I just put a little bit of the Grit Paste Snowfall on there. Sanded them a little. I'll probably make more of these and then
So if you have the
display
village
them.
dies, she's using the layers, the Christmas Emporium pieces of this, and that's what she's cutting it out of. And Alicia's much happier cutting it out of the thicker paper. So give that a try.
It works a lot better.
And it's so cute.
And there's extra little windows and things. I might get a little more adventurous now that I feel like I have it down, but this was like just super basic.
And do you remember those die? Well, you have a die set, but there are lots of dies in the die set.
And
If I'm thinking of the right
I feel like
one.
the one that I have, I don't think mine was like the village. It was.
Oh, it might
it's
have
a
been a
smaller.
different one?
It's a smaller
Okay.
set, but it's got like another little one that's got a little taller,
A little taller
like a
house
little
might be
taller,
different one.
skinnier. But I know I got it here, and I know it's the Tim Holtz. I know that for sure.
Well, or if you have any dimensional type die, just know that try cutting it out of something like this Christmas Emporium layers from Tim.
Yeah, and there's so many pieces in here. Like, don't
There's
feel bad.
84.
You don't have to use them in the shape that they are. Like,
yeah, you can cut
them. Yeah,
I would never cut these up till today.
Yeah, I just love them. Oh gosh, and one of the gals, I don't remember, it was a really long time ago, but it has stuck with me. I think it was, I don't know if it was Stacy Hutchinson. She's one of Tim's makers. And she did one out of a piece of ephemera like this years ago. And that has always,
Maybe
I
that
just
was just
loved
back
it. And
in
it
your
stuck in
mind.
my head that I was like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I thought they turned out really cute. I liked them.
Alicia, can you ring the bell for us? Because
Sure.
speaking of houses, we need to know about the wood houses that we have. Katie, could you get us any wood houses that we have, please? You know, the wood house. All right, I think we have one. We might have two. Katie's getting those for us.
I'm going to do another little public service announcement real
Oh,
quick.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I bought these. These are amazing, you
the
guys.
Inglenook candles.
Oh my gosh. So I got the little melts and I got the Oh Christmas Tree scent. It smells so good.
The wood
I
house.
really, really, really liked it. And I know
Okay.
sometimes it's hard when there's candles and stuff like that for sale because you can't
You can't smell
smell
them.
it, but you guys, it smells really good. It's not overpowering, but you can smell it, and it lasted for a few days. I loved it.
So those come in the melts are $5.99, and then you can get the 9-ounce or the 16-ounce candles if you'd rather have the candle. And I think we have 4 flavors. And this was a candle, Alicia. I bought one at a gift store when I was out of town. I bought one called Tulips, and I just loved it. And I thought, well, maybe we could get some candles for Memory Bound. And last year I ordered some samples from like supposed to be a real Christmas tree. It had needles in it and stuff, but it was a little too much. So we didn't bring those in. But this year we got some samples of these, and I really loved them.
Yeah, they're
So
really good. Yeah. I'll have to get some more today and probably a candle too.
You probably do need to.
Yeah, I probably do.
Okay, here's the wood house that we have. We don't have the small ones. I believe those were discontinued. This one is 8 inches tall. It's 5 1/4 by 8. But maybe if you are looking for a white elephant gift, maybe something like this would be nice. It's $13.99, and it is solid real wood. You don't always get real wood on things, but this is
really nice.
solid real wood. It's from Hampton Art, and it's 8 inches. It's about 5 by 8. All right. Well, oh my gosh, Janet just linked the candles and the wax melts, and we got lots of people saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Great demo, Elishia.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for having
you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. I love all your stuff, and we all think that you are a Tim Holtz. For sure, should be a maker for Tim Holtz.
No, because I feel like I have to go out and look at other people's ideas to get inspired.
But then we love it that you are able to bring it to us and show us. And it's not a 3 or 5 hour video either. We can do it all in an hour.
It could be.
Okay. Well, we're gonna say goodbye, but I got the wrong house. So Elishia, you can
go
if
right
you want
ahead.
to turn your microphone
Yep.
off. I'm gonna walk up here, and we did get the other houses in, and it's funny because Katie brought me these houses first, and I was thinking it was the wood houses, but we do have this back in stock. Let me get up here, and this is from Crepe Paper and from their Holly Jollies collection, and these are $2.49, and you get 2 sheets to make all these little houses, which you could maybe do some things kind of like Elishia did, put them in little vignettes or little groupings, and it's got some trees, and it's all pre-scored, and it punches out, and it's something fun you could make, on Thanksgiving Day, or maybe with the kids or with your friends. And we're lucky because Diana made the houses up, and she's attached them to this little glittered board so that we can keep them together and so you can see. And they even come with some presents. And we just got our last batch of them in. They're $2.49, so it's not a big expensive item, and it's just kind of a fun little project to do. And I could see these sitting around. So Shannon, thank you for asking about these. I'm sorry we got confused about the wood houses, but we do have these. They actually came in stock yesterday, so they are here and available. And I think that wraps it up unless we have any other questions. It is a rainy day here in Ankeny, Iowa at Memory Bound. I didn't realize it till I just looked outside. We appreciate you joining us. If you are interested in the Tim Holtz, some of the projects like Elishia showed us today, we do carry all of his ideology, his inks, his pastes. We carry his stamps, his dies, and we're loaded with his Christmas product this year. So, and we have a really nice selection. I'm pretty sure we have about everything in stock. Even some things from last year we were able to order in again, and we have those available. And like I mentioned, we have his stamps. Mr. Frosty is back in stock, and we are going to ask Maggie to do a little painting for us with Mr. Frosty. We've got his glazes here. Teresa showed us how to use those. We've got Tim's Sizzix dies. We have his tonic scissors and trimmers. We're definitely a huge Tim Holtz store, and we really appreciate everything that Tim does for our crafting industry. And if you guys think about it, there's just so much craftiness and so much more in the world because of Tim Holtz. So I don't think Tim's watching today, but we sure appreciate it, Tim. So have a really good crafty day, and we're going to be back tomorrow, and we'll see you then.